Hi. So now today I'm going to give some basic introduction about the Visual Studio and our SQL Server. Okay. So yeah, so we are when before you're going to start any project, so create a folder on desktop, right click, new folder, give a name, apps. Okay, create a folder. Okay. Now the project related the front end or the master pages, tables, or if you have documentations or testing part, everything save in this folder. Okay, if you're doing two projects, make it two folders. Okay, so these are very basic things. Okay, now open Visual Studio. Okay, I have opened the Visual Studio here. Okay, so I want to create a new project, so click new project here or go to file, new project. Yeah, so here you can see two languages, one is Visual Basic and C Sharp. So we are doing projects on C Sharp, so select the second one, C Sharp. Okay, and you can see the subsections like Windows, Web, Cloud, Silverlight, and TFS. Sorry, Test and Windows Communication Foundations and all. Okay, so I'm going to work on web applications. Okay, so select C Sharp, Web, Empty Application, and give a name for it. And browse it, and you have to save in the desktop that apps one, select folder, click OK. So your project is created in the desktop. Okay, similarly you want to do a database also in SQL. Okay, let it complete first. The first time it takes little time for completing. Okay, yeah, it's great. So Visual Studio or ID is created. Okay, so now also type SQL Server Management Studio. Select it. It's already open here. Okay. Yes. So now click File, Connect to Object Explorer. So you're going to connect with the server. Click Connect. Okay. So now you can see the server name and the databases. Okay. So when you click the plus one, you can expand it. Okay. And I want to create a database. Means just right click, New Database. Okay. So give a name like I'm giving test DB. Click OK. So now you can see the test DB is created. Okay, now I want to create a table. Okay, so right click, second option, to new query. Okay, so yeah, create table dbo.emp info. Okay, so I just want to give emp id character 25 and emp name varchar 25. Okay, so after writing the code, you have to select the code and click execute here. Okay, this red one, not the green one, the red. Just click it. So the command is successfully created. Our table is created. Okay, so yeah, so I want to select. I want to check whether the table is created. Okay, so write the code. Select star from dbo.emp info. Again, select it, execute it. So the table is created. Fine. So you can have multiple databases. Okay. So right click, new database. So I'm giving like test underscore db2. Click OK. So you can see here database, two databases created. Okay. So so I want to tell this table belongs to this DB. Okay, so maybe suppose if you're working on more than one project, okay, there will be a confusion. Okay, so what you had to do is just write the code, use test underscore DB. Okay, so this is for understanding purpose. Okay, you can execute it. Okay, so select it and just execute. Okay, so now you can see here test underscore DB is created. Okay, now I need to save it. As I told you, go to the desktop, apps one, just create a folder called backend and save it. Okay, so now what happens is like when you go to the desktop, apps one folder, when you click it, the project what we created and the backend both is saved here. Okay, yes, now I'm going to my Visual Studio. So I have created, this is the IDE, okay, as I told you, integrate development environment. So I need to integrate with my front end, middleware, and backend. Okay, so you have to click down the solution explorer. Okay, if you are not able to see the solution explorer here, click on view. You can see the solution explorer here. Just click on it. Okay, the solution explorer is created. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, this is the, as I told you, this is the IDE. I mean, there's nothing here. Okay, I want to add the front end. Front end means where ASP.NET. Okay, where HTML, JavaScript coding I'm writing. Okay, so how to create is right click, add, new item, click web form. Just give the name like page one, add it. Okay, so the page one is created. Okay, okay, down click the design part. So this is the page where you can design it, like your text boxes and all. Okay, okay, I'm going to design. So as I created employee ID and employee name, I'll show you how to add the label. Okay, so put the cursor here. You can see the toolbox here. Okay, you can search toolbox is there. Click, type label. Just drag and drop it here. Okay, I have label, one label for employee ID. Again, just drag and drop it down. Okay, this is for employee name. Okay, now I need two text boxes. So put the cursor here and in the search text box, type txt box, just to drag and drop. Here also drag and drop. Okay, come down and I need a button. So search for a button here, so drag and drop. Okay, so I have two label, two text boxes. So I need to give label as emp id. So what I need to do is right click, go to properties. Here you can see that something called text. Okay, so that should be emp id. Okay, so next label again, properties, emp name. Perfect. And button, I just give like insert. Now the text box, I have to give the name. See, by default the text box name is text box 2 and this is text box 1. Okay, so I have two text boxes here. So I know text box 1 belongs to employee ID and text box 2 belongs to employee name. So what if I have some 10, 20 fields are there? Okay, so it will be more confusing will be there. So what I need to do is I need to give a name for a text box. So right click, go to properties and remove it, type txt underscore id. Here also txt underscore name. Okay. Yeah, so actually this is not in a proper alignment that I will teach you. Okay, next class. Okay. Anyway, just understand what how to drag and drop part. Okay. So yeah, so design is done. Now I need to run in browser. So right click, view in browser. So this page will be loaded in the browser, in the Internet Explorer. Yes, it's loading. Yes, employee and employee name is going. Okay. Now, so the front end, uh, ASP.NET is done. Okay. Now I need to go to the middleware. So how to go to middleware is right click, view code. Yes, this is the middleware. So here on the top, you can see here, see my cursor. So this is what page one.aspx.cs. This is CS means C sharp. Okay, this is a middleware, and this is dot .aspx. I mean the front end part. Okay, so when you click on the front end, and if you want to see the coding for the front end, HTML coding, down there's something called source here. You click on the source. So this is the coding for it, for the labeled text boxes and all. Okay, so so this part is the okay. This is the front end, and this is the middleware. Okay, now fine. Let's go to the backend. So backend, as I told you, I have created emp info and emp name. Okay, now I need to insert some values to it. Okay, fine. I want to teach you what's the difference between char and varchar. Okay, so let me insert the value first. Insert into dbo dot emp info emp id comma emp name values. Okay, and I'm going to give the value like 100. Save. Select this code, click execute. Okay, so I'm creating two more fields. So the one J, select this okay, so select it, execute it. Three values are right. Okay, you can also give like this. Okay, just give a comma and start, open the bracket, close the bracket, single quotes, comma, single quotes, and you can give like, I'll just give you 103 some name, and here 104 x y z. Okay, so instead of writing three line, just continue. I mean this part. Okay, so select it, insert it, two rows got affected. Okay. So I'm selecting and executing, so you can see that values added. Okay, now I will show you what's the difference between the character and varchar. Okay, so my database name is tst underscore db. Okay, so go to tst underscore db table emp info, right click, edit top 200 rows. Okay, fine. So see here, we have 100 and Sam. So can you see any difference here? See, when I'm selecting 100 and Sam, what is the difference? See, here the blue line is just only three characters, but here it is extending. That's the difference between varchar and char. See, when I use character 25, the 25 characters is allocated for it. See, I'm using only 100, that is 100, but still 25 characters, that is given, is allocated for employee ID. But when I go for varchar, the variable character, what happens? It takes Sam and remaining 22 characters is released. Okay. So char means if you write one character, two character, 10 character, whatever it is, it will allocate 25 characters for it. But if you use varchar, it takes only what you need. Okay, if your name is Sam Kumar means SAMKUMAR, it will take it and remaining will be released. Okay, so that's the difference between the character and varchar. Clear? Okay. Now I just want to update the value. I just want to update like Sam. I want to make it Sam Kumar. Okay. So what is the code for that? Update dbo dot emp info set emp name is equal to Sam Kumar. Okay. Where emp id is equal to 101. Sorry, it's 100. Okay, no? So I need to give this line. See, if we don't give this line, what happens is all name will become Sam Kumar. Okay, that's the reason I just give where employee ID equal to 100. Select it and execute it. Okay, now you can see Sam has been changed to Sam Kumar. Clear? Now insert is over, update is over. Now delete. So there is three types of delete is there. One is delete. We have something called truncate and drop. So what is the difference between delete, truncate and drop? Okay. See, if you want to delete a row, you can give a condition. I go for delete. That is delete table dbo dot emp info. Okay, so I can give that delete emp info where emp id is equal to 104. So when you write this code, the 104 will be deleted. Okay, so I'm executing this line again. So let's start from emp info. 104 is lost. Now for truncate table dbo dot emp info. So when I do this code, what happens is the table remains, but all the data will be lost. Okay, I will show you that. So I'm truncating the table. Okay, select star for emp info. When executing it, what happens? The table remains, but all the values data is lost. Okay, so in the truncate, you cannot give where condition. See, when you write where emp id, it will be showing error message. Okay, because the truncate means should go all the value. Okay, and now what is drop table? See, listen here. We have the table. We have the table. We don't have all. We lost the data. But when you drop the table, you know what's happening? Even the draw table will be lost. So when now I am executing select star from emp info, what happens? I'll be getting error message telling that this table with this name is not existing. Okay, so you got it now. Delete. Delete means I can give a condition. Okay, truncate. The table remains. The value will be lost. Okay, see, the value what you deleted can be rolled back. We will get it back. But in truncate means that is lost forever. You cannot get it back. Okay, and drop the table is even table is also deleted. Okay, so yeah, this is a very basic introduction. Okay, so what is front end? So how to create a front end, how to design a front end, then what is the middleware, and what is the backend. Okay, so next video I'll teach you how to insert from front end to backend.